Here I am telling you my story down this road. My name is Sarah. I am 22 years old. Nothing around me is my own. The apartment I sit in is not my own, even though I clean and cook in it. All I ever wanted is a bed of my own. Is it such a great deal to ask to die without being a burden on society, even after I pass? I had been raised with the sole rationale that I would take care of my parents until I pass away, or they do. Today, I'll take you a few years back when I was 18. I rebelled late in life, and now I wish that I was either still under my parents' throne or in the ground. My parents were going through a tough time. The family was facing a financial crisis. I had just graduated from college. My parents didn't treat me the same now. Now, I've become a burden, an unemployed child who was supposed to get the family money and not take away from it. When I left, my parents prohibited me from taking anything from the house. Even my dolls and teddy bears belonged to them. I would make my own items of value, or so I thought. I thought at the time that I could replace these ornaments once I had a job of my own. My parents soon got a divorce. Could it get any worse? I graduated with an honor roll. I thought that secured my future, or at least can put me halfway through the journey. A degree in biochemistry seemed to strike the ideal equilibrium between my passion and the reality of the profession's market. I learned each and every single skill that came to mind or happened to come upon, from investigation through communication to game theory. My savings dried up as I channeled them into health insurance. My life shattered down to pieces. My diverse experiences seemed to only harvest ridicule from probable employers. The loan debt that I thought would be paid off has now nurtured its greedy, hungry jaws. Job hunts from the first to the last recruiter, and through my own searches only lead to dead ends. Some capture me with deceiving promises and interviews that only escort to hopelessness. Hope is the last thing that stands when all else falls. I discern things will somehow amend, and I will, moreover, settle in or perish. I just want to truly live before I die. One cannot live in these days without a stable occupation. Without a job, you can only survive. Interviews abounded, and the result remained the same. "We've got your number. If anything new comes up, we'll call you," they said. Apparently, nothing new came up. No matter how much rejection and I diverged apart, we eventually ran back to meet up again. I was unemployed. Now I became unemployed and hopeless. No job, no saving either. I tried committing suicide. Funnily enough, even at that, I failed. I didn't die. But now I've come to realize that God's greatest blessing to humankind are patience and hope. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope." I started off by taking part-time jobs, but now, however, I managed to find myself a real job. I was unemployed for a couple of months. This might seem to be a short period of time if measured by days, but quite a long, tormenting, and painful time for me. I thought all my dreams were shoved by Hercules' broom. Fate has nothing to do with us if it wasn't for our choices. We must not lose incentive to find a job. From here, I tell my parents and the whole society, I can now be more productive than ever and never be seen as a burden again.